Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by vast fields and rolling hills, there lived an old farmer named Thomas. He was kind-hearted and hard-working, relying on his loyal donkey, Toby, to help him with his daily chores. Though Toby was small, he was strong and full of spirit, carrying heavy loads, pulling carts, and plowing the fields without complaint. One evening, after a long day's work, the farmer let Toby roam freely around the farm. As the sky turned a golden hue, Toby curiously wandered near an old, abandoned well in the middle of the land. He sniffed around, oblivious to the danger, and before he could react, the ground crumbled beneath his hooves. With a terrified bray, Toby plunged into the deep, dark well. The sound of his fall echoed through the farm. Hearing the commotion, Farmer Thomas rushed to the well. He peered down and saw his beloved donkey at the bottom, trembling but unharmed. His heart pounded with worry. "Toby! Hold on, boy," he called, but the well was too deep for him to climb down, and Toby was too heavy to be lifted out. Desperate, Thomas ran to the village and gathered his neighbors. They arrived with ropes and lanterns, peering into the well. One of the villagers shook his head. "The well is too deep, Thomas. There's no way to pull him up." Another sighed, "It's a shame, but the well is dry and useless anyway. Maybe the best thing to do is fill it up with dirt." Thomas's heart ached. He couldn't bear to lose Toby, but with no other options, he reluctantly agreed. The villagers grabbed their shovels and began throwing dirt into the well, hoping to bury Toby quickly and end his suffering. Down below, Toby felt the dirt falling on him. Panic surged through his small body. He brayed loudly, kicking and stomping. Was this how it was going to end? But then, something inside him changed. Instead of letting the dirt bury him, Toby made a decision. Every time a shovel of dirt fell onto his back, he shook it off and stepped up. The more dirt they threw, the higher he climbed. Shovel after shovel, Toby kept going. The villagers continued filling the well, unaware of what was happening below. But the farmer, overcome with sadness, couldn't bring himself to watch. Hours passed. Suddenly, a gasp broke the silence. One of the villagers shouted, "Look! The donkey!" Everyone turned. To their amazement, Toby's ears appeared above the well's edge. Then his head. Then his shoulders. With one final, determined leap, Toby jumped out of the well and landed on solid ground, covered in dust but alive and strong. He shook off the last bits of dirt and let out a triumphant bray. The villagers stood in stunned silence before bursting into cheers. The farmer fell to his knees and hugged his beloved donkey tightly, tears streaming down his face. "You never gave up, Toby. You found a way out when we thought all was lost." That day, the farmer learned a lesson from his little donkey: when life throws dirt on you, don't let it bury you. Shake it off and step up. From that moment on, whenever Thomas faced hard times, he would remember Toby's determination. And he would remind himself, no matter how deep the pit, no matter how much life tries to bury you, never give up. Obstacles and struggles may try to bury you, but if you stay determined and keep pushing forward, you will rise above them.